Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you. So today is our last class on passing the knee shield. Man, that sounds like really festive. I should have a top hat. So before I move on to anything I wanted to talk about today, as is tradition, last class of the semester, I want to open up the floor for Q&A. Does anybody have anything they want to troubleshoot about the knee shield that we have not touched on? Or maybe there's stuff I touched on where you're like, that doesn't quite work, or this, that, and the third, problems you've emerged, problems going on in your home, looking for life advice. What's going on? Anybody have anything they want to touch on with this situation? Going once.
Can you quickly touch on how to create the space for if the foot is on the hip and you're doing that whole battle for
lowering
inside out or...
Yeah, so actually, Jeremy, let me grab you because you got nice big long legs. So let me get you down. That's okay. So we're in the knee shield. You might want to circle on that side. Okay, so your foot is on my hip, and then right, exactly. And then traditionally he'll be cupping my elbow, right? So what I have to basically create is, in essence, what you would categorize. Is it okay if I compress this knee? Okay, I just want to make sure before I start doing this because I kind of got to do it a little quickly. I have to kind of create like some active resistance, right? So what I want to think about, this is going to sound like sort of weird, but keep in mind he's holding my elbow, almost always. If he's not holding my elbow, I'm going to grab the belt and create resistance this way, but like hold that elbow really tight, right? Because he doesn't want me to get free and start posturing up. This is what's keeping him anchored to this position. By all accounts, it's like, say you don't have that elbow, it's like, there's nothing, damn it! So it's like, I'll see people do this, like without the grip sometimes, or whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing that for? Like, what? Your parents didn't raise you right. Anyway, so he's got the grip. So I have an anchor, okay? So what I'm going to do, again, hand leg, stuffing between, and my weight's kind of, you can ask Jeremy, like my weight's kind of on it, but it's not down. It's almost like I'm halfway or a quarter of the way through a front roll. Mm-hmm. Using the anchor of his grip and the push of this knee thing, I can drift forward a little and then kind of like shift low. Like, kind of like I'm going to like headbutt the floor. Mm-hmm. So you see, I just descend. It's not like necessarily trying to push his foot into his butt right away. I descend down. So he's got that locked in tight. If he's holding this tight, it's like he's giving me the resistance to pull against, right? But what will happen is, let's say you don't have that resistance, and I tried to do that. Let's say you're not holding my tricep, is it's kind of like, and is that what you're feeling like you're encountering?
Yeah, I guess because they're not.
Right. So let's say they don't hold tight. Let's say he's not doing that. I'm going to use the belt and pull. So almost like you can ask Jeremy, almost like I pulled up. So I'm punching and it's like boom. Then I'm here.
Okay.
So if you want to switch out and get in there real fast, you're here. It's got the thing. And let's say he's holding the tricep really tight. We'll start with that. Mm-hmm. Your right hand punching the leg between your legs. And then think about almost like pulling those grips up and shifting your face to the floor.
Yeah.
You feel that?
Yeah.
Now let's say we go back. Let's say he doesn't have a tricep. Same idea, but use the belt. Exactly, and then you're smashing. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it's just kind of like creating some. I mean, it's like anything, right? The metaphor is always, if I had a rope loosely around my wrist, like tight enough that it doesn't just slip right off, but loose enough that it's wiggly, and the rope itself was wiggly. If the rope never pulls tight and I keep pulling my arm back, it's gonna be very hard for me to get my hand free, right? There's no like counter pressure. But if that rope pulls tight, it slips out. So that's sort of what we need to create, is like that counter pressure. So if you think of it with common sense, if I need to bring my shoulder down, what's the direction of the counter pressure? Up. Right. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Killer. Does anybody else have any questions? Anything like that? No? No one wants? No? Excellent. So then in that case, I'm going to talk about some just kind of submission defense, sort of defensive tactic stuff. I'll focus on somebody. I'll focus predominantly, we'll start with the loop choke. I would say that's probably the most common, dangerous thing you encounter with guys who are good at the knee shield. Would you guys agree with that? Roll people are good at it. I'm going to make a bold statement. Loop choke kind of sucks. Boom, I said it. Dropping dimes in 30 class. I hope that's on tape.
It's fine.
Bloodburner's fine, yeah, no doubt. At least it's not 9:30. After 9:30, the ghouls come out. I think the police and like the ghouls made a deal, and it's just like after 9:30, it's your town. Just walk around all. Yes. But anyway, so the loop choke is real simple. Let me grab you in the knee shield, which is what if he gets this collar grip, and I don't really have the ability to break it? Normally it'll be like they're up high. So this kind of changed the situation a little bit, right? He's posted up and all this, and I'm not smashed down. Like I said, this kind of transforms the dynamic. And the basic gist of the loop choke is that the grip is low enough that it's kind of below the clavicle, clinical term here. I pull him in, my elbow goes high, right? So I have like kind of this loose collar grip, and then my hand weaves under, and there's two main ways you're going to encounter this, and we're going to talk about both. One is pretty common in the knee shield, which is they go under, and they go to the side, and then they extend to the finish. Two, less common for the knee shield, but we're going to address it anyway, since I don't know the next time we're going to even talk about loop chokes, is if, and this is what you technically want to do with a loop choke, is before I even descend or as I descend, my leg wants to disentangle from this knee shield, or from this guard. So if you look, guys, I'm here, and my foot drops to the floor between his feet. The reason I want this is so that when I pummel to this knee shield, as I go, I reach, and I turn all the way through, then I finish. Okay? So we have two things we have to address. We have to address one, he has a loop choke where they've kept the guard intact, and two is a loop choke where they have disentangled the guard, which is a little trickier. Tricksy loop chokers. So here's the thing that's interesting about the loop choke. There are two things that need to happen for this choke to work. Now, number one is your head needs to go below their armpits, and number two is they have to get an angle. Okay, these are the two basic components that must exist in a loop choke. Meaning, if let's say I extract the knee shield, if his head, keep you up high, is way up here, bring it down a little, and I stay in front of him, there is no choke. Like this is nothing, right? But as I start to pull his head down and get this angle, you can feel that tightens up very quickly, right? Yeah. Okay. So when we get you down, you think you can replicate that?
Yes.
Excellent. Actually, you know what? How familiar are you with loop chokes?
Yeah, put to sleep in one once.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'll keep one. Avoid those bad memories. So he's all the way up to a post. You have this collar grip, right? It's kind of loose, right? And it's a pretty cool little catch, like conceptually. Because what happens is they get too aggressive trying to smash, and he lets this leg sit through as this elbow goes up, leaves the hand behind the head, falls to his right shoulder. And gets to strangle. It's a very simple choke. Requires a very loose grip. There's some cool tactics you can use for this, right? At some point we go into bottom knee shield, we'll talk about it. So the first thing that I'm going to do, and this works, I'm telling you guys, I've stopped some of the best loop chokers. This didn't work on Fabricio, but it works against everyone from Fabricio, like below Fabricio and down. I've hit this on, I've used this endless times. He gets the grip, let's say I fuck up, he gets the loop choke happening, right? So you get everything, right? Go ahead and get everything. Go ahead and finish it. Go ahead and finish it. My head finds his chest and I put his shoulders on it. Please finish that choke. Like, I don't care how tight, how much he tries, he will not finish this choke for me. So, look at me, Jeremy. Just to demonstrate that it's not Michael's fault.
Thank you.
Let's say you have this grip, right? So I'm stupid, I drive in, elbow goes up to the bam, right? He gets me. So we go back. Go ahead, do it. If I can put my head on it, I put the shoulders down, we finish. Yeah. Right? The two things he needs to make happen is he needs my head under his armpit. Notice how Jeremy actually, little fancy, put the head in the armpit. That's a smart thing to do. That's good. Keep it. You put my head inside your armpit. You actually kind of tucked my head in here and then went for it. Which is good. That's a good habit. Yeah. So that's all. You're good.
Overachiever.
But you see what I'm saying? All I have to do, even when Jeremy did that little extra note, which was, again, that's good stuff.
Jeremy.
All I have to do is put my head on the center line and hit his shoulders, right? Pretty stupid, simple solution. Once again, you guys may not be surprised to find out Alex's solution. Put your fucking head on it, right? Put your fucking head on it. Just do it. It's hard. It's hard to do stuff to someone if their forehead is connected to you, okay? But what if I'm stupid? And I'm gonna grab you again, Mike. And man, this guy knows what he's doing. He gets the collar grip. And as I get stupid and drive in, he releases this leg. He gets the loop choke. And he pummels. And then his legs, so your legs are going to kick in front of me and rotate like to north-south. And then but stay, keep your grip. Okay. And then keep extending this arm straight. Yep. What do? What do I do? Okay. The thing to sort of identify, guys, is what's going to break, and this is basically universal. This is also, let me get you in front of me, open guard. This is pretty much applicable even with that baseball bat choke. I even use this more so with the baseball bat choke. So for those uninitiated, that's where I'm 4 fingers in on one side, thumb in on the other. I throw my elbow up high and rotate and get this angle here. Okay. The whole key to these sorts of chokes. So let me demo it with the baseball bat choke because it's easier to show, and I'll show the loop choke version. So you're down, open guard. You know the baseball bat, right?
I know it now.
Thumb in. So not a cross grip, but like same side thumb in, same side 4 fingers in. And then the whole goal is your feet to go across the center line and this elbow to go to the ceiling. Exactly, and then finish. Right. So, say we go back. So he goes with a choke, right? The thing that he needs to make happen, go ahead and keep going, slow-mo, is he needs to get this elbow up against me and he needs to pull me in tight. Right? So keep the grip. So go ahead and pull me in tight. My goal is knee on belly and create space. Make them suffer. If they try to choke you this way, make their life fucking miserable. The more they hold on to you, hold on to me. Sometimes, there's your arm. So, if we go back to that loop choke, we're here. He gets the cross collar, right? Be this one, elbow up high, pull me in, hand leaves, he starts to circle, my knee finds him. You see what I'm saying? This is kind of like the Shawshank Redemption sort of solution. I'm crawling through the river of shit to get out and then, whatever. They're going to be choking you. But once I get that loop choke in, and then just go ahead and lock it in. Once I get my knee attached to him, finish that choke, it's like my ability to rise up, is stronger than his ability to keep my head down. There's a little bit of susceptibility to re-roll, but shit, dog, how many solutions do you want, man? Like, you've got a loop choke, they circled out, But anytime someone does a choke situation where they disentangle their legs and they circle their feet away from you, baseball bat choke, loop choke, any of this shit, you put your knee on their chest, hands up us, you put your knee on their chest, and you rise up to the ceiling, okay? Huh?
Go Falcons, rise up.
Yeah! Go. Oh yeah, Atlanta, right. Yeah. Yeah. Rise above hate like John Cena.
Go Bills. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying. The kids like that. So, all together, can I get you out of here? Okay, boss. Number 1, we're in the knee shield. He has the grip. I'm stupid. He puts me in it, right? My head finds his chest. So you see that shift? Mm-hmm. Even if he gets me across here, my head is finding the chest and I'm flattening. So I'm not just comfortable with my head being on him, I have to pin him flat. From here, peel the grips, work your way out, so on. 2, let's say we're here, he gets it, and this time he's really fancy, and he disentangles his legs first, right? Exactly. So he's got it, right? Go ahead and extend this arm nice and straight. Reach your hand behind my head, and yeah. So go ahead and do it. He's reaching, so my knee flips, and I rotate and rise. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was not.
I'm gonna say that every time I get that escape.
Rise up. We're supposed to be the serious class.
Adderall's wearing off.
Does that make sense, guys? Yeah? Excellent. Let's work it out.